Hello, I'm the curator, and these are today's items. There is one thing that I am really very interested in, and that is the railway. I don't know nearly enough about it. I don't know how, trainmen, or in English, train drivers, do their thing. I've not seen inside a train carriage properly, but I am still greatly impressed. I also love the days of steam, which is, as a Brit, is deeply ingrained into my sort of being, as it were. We're a very steam-worthy place, especially as I live in the town, which is the site of the world's first train station, in the modern sense, of course. That is a Liverpool Street station, and Liverpool Street, that train went to Liverpool, the Manchester-Liverpool service. Stephenson's rocket, Stephenson's planet is still at Liverpool Street Station, in the Museum of Science and Industry, but that is a different story entirely. Now, recently I went to a sort of steam engineer day at a sort of, I wouldn't say local, but a sort of nearby-ish steam railway preservation place, and they had some sort of market stalls open, and I managed to get these. Now, these are sort of two subjects that I've never known a lot about, but I've always wanted to, and these are sort of the ideal way to deliver it. Now, this is the Railwayman's pocketbook. I haven't had the time to read it through properly because I've got a couple of other projects that I'm working on, not related to this channel, just in general. And this is a sort of compilation of a few Railwayman books of old. Like, it has a couple of, hang on, let me just open it and go to the table of contents. I believe it has a book for signalmen and firemen, the people who stoke the fire in the steam trains, they poured in the coal. See, there it is. Locomotive engineman's and fireman's examination guide. Locomotive engine driving, Great Northern Railway, practical questions for drivers and firemen. Locomotive management, from cleaning to driving, London and North Eastern Railway rule book for observance by employees, steam locomotive in traffic, and London and North Eastern Railway. Now, these were all sort of like little pocket books, say about like this size, that you would get given, I'm sure, or you would buy with your wages when you became a railwayman, because there are a lot of things to observe. I mean, you're driving around like several ton, very large metal things which can and have squashed and killed a variety of organic beings in their time, as well as being rather useful, of course, but they're also quite big and heavy and scary at times. So, you've got a lot of information in here, such as this. Now, it just so happens I opened it on this page, but this is something that you'll always find, especially if you're researching up train books. There is a train book that I could have added in with these other two, but it doesn't matter, I'll do it a different day. Sort of wheel notation. Now, these are sort of different configurations of wheels that you would see on engines. Notation 222, that's two at the front, two driving wheels, i.e. two wheels connected to the engine that would drive the train, and two, are they called running wheels or something? Back wheels, I can't remember their name. It probably says it on there somewhere. Again, I'll give it a proper read, but I know enough about them to do an A-ink about it. And when you're looking up individual locomotives themselves, individual types of locomotive, you will see these notations, like, what's one, there's like a black 5064 or something of that nature, and that means that it has 6 driving wheels, no leading wheels, and 4 trailing wheels. I think they're called trailing wheels, I think I've just remembered them. And for like really big trains, you'd have like 5 driving wheels, because you need that power, and you'd have one at the front so it didn't tip over, because it's got a massive engine, stuff like that. And it does tell you all these basic things, like things like that, like danger, clear, clear, caution, danger. So it does say all of these things that you would be expected to know were you to be a railwayman or a signalman or, you know, a shunter or general fellow of trains. I've also got this one again, which is something of great interest to me. It sort of tells you about architecture in British Railway. Now there's something I didn't know. I don't know if you could see that there. We can see those red bricks with that sort of cross pattern on them. I didn't know about that. It's called diapering, and I didn't even know that. Diapers in America, diapers are like nappies for babies, you know, bum covering, pooing in things. I don't really know how to describe them now I think of it, but yeah, this talks about like different designs of railways, because railway stations have a sort of look. You wouldn't see a railway station and say, oh, it's just, you know, an office, or I don't know, it's just a shop. They do have a sort of certain look about them, and I've never known before if it was, you know, just something to do with aesthetics or it was due to requirement. But there are plenty of examples of stations in this book, and I've actually been past that building. It's in Stoke-on-Trent. I stayed at the hotel next to it, and yeah, it's something that I shall find out, especially as I want to use some of the designs in here with my friends in Minecraft, because I want to try out some railway building techniques and stuff, and playing with my Minecraft friends is the ideal way to do that, and that's something you might see in the future. Are these worth getting? If you're interested in them, most certainly. I certainly am. Steam trains, all sorts of trains, knowing how they work and knowing how the stations, you know, are designed, why they are designed the way they are, that is incredibly interesting to me. And if it isn't to you, then you don't have to get it. There's no requirement. I found these randomly. I found one for £3, one for £4, £7 for a couple of awesome books. I am very pleased with that. I think that's all that needs to be said. Thank you very much for watching, and good day to you all.